welcome back to the All Things Sports Podcast. I'm your host, June. To my left, Big Game James.
Yo.
Jay Boogie's over there.
Yo.
Hyman, y'all met him recently. He's owner of GoFit, founder. Shout out to him and Mateo. We got Josh Mercado here, MMA fighter, XFN 32. He just took the championship last week.
Facts.
You guys got to go check that. First round knockout. So we're talking to a first round knockout artist, and by talking to him we could tell that his mentality is first round.
Yeah.
Business. Start my business, finish my business.
Yeah.
And we like that attitude. I know Justin likes that attitude.
I like that's that. I'm gonna get paid by the hour attitude. So let's get that quick.
Yeah. I fucks with it. It's great.
So how you doing, man?
I'm good. I can't complain. Just wrapped up some training today. Ready to go back in camp Monday for a title fight, March 13th.
Yes, sir. 5 weeks out, right?
Yeah, 5 weeks out.
And you in the gym.
Yeah.
So you doing what, Monday through Friday, or like what's your schedule?
Monday through Saturday. I got my strength and conditioning Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I go to GoFit Academy in Miami Monday through Saturday. Sorry. I go to ATT Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now I'm about to start working on my boy Rob at Jim Aller's martial arts in Pembroke Pines, as well as Wagner Rocha martial arts in Pembroke Pines as well, or Hollywood. I would
Shout out
say.
to them.
Yes, sir.
It takes a village.
We're gonna talk about more of your training and where you're getting stuff specific. I know you're doing a lot of work here at GoFit, which again, thank you, Hyman, for the hospitality, giving us the space. So before anything, I kind of wanted to ask you, what does it mean for you to be a fighter? I just want to base that.
What it means to be a fighter, it means a lot. And you get to do it in front of your fans, family. It shows like what you've been fighting for. You know what I'm saying? We all fight for something.
Right.
We all strive for something. Came from somewhere, not the best, homes or whatever it may be, but we all fight for something. And growing up, I did dabble in different sports. I was an athlete, but once my football career ended, I got into the mixed martial arts. I boxed when I grown up, wrestled in high school, did judo in the Olympics, got into jiu-jitsu, and then eventually when I started working, my jiu-jitsu and stuff at SoFlo Fight Spirit. Jaime got me into it, Mateo. So I was more wrestling when I met them, and when I finally got to the Go Shed and still cross training, and that's when everything developed. And then boom, COVID hit. That's a year to work. I was supposed to have 3 fights that I was supposed to fall through. Never happened.
That's for a reason.
Yeah, 2 pulled out. I caught COVID myself. So we just kept working. And from there, that's what the outcome was. January 31st this past Sunday.
Sure. And you overcoming the COVID too. That's good to hear that you're better from that.
Yeah.
A lot of people dealing with that right now. But
So what's like the day of training? Now that you got a fight coming up,
Day of training.
what's next now?
Just do it all over again. I'm on weight. I'm ready to go, so that's better. I don't gotta cut 21 pounds, 18 hours or. It's gonna be a better camp. But a day of training is, wake up, eat, go straight to conditioning early in the morning. After I get my daughter, drive to Miami. Work with my submission grappling coach, Jen. We do drill to kill, just like hundreds of reps drilling. And then, for us that are fighting and in camp, we got sparring right after. Then come home, pick my daughter up, go to my other training, whether it be ATT, whether it come to GoFit or certain conditioning, recovery. That's a training in itself, because I need to be able to perform.
Right.
I can't be worn down.
yes, sir. Mateo was saying big part of the whole working out and getting right is recovery.
Yeah, definitely. That's a workout in itself. It's a sliding scale. You put in too much work and not taking care of your body, you're gonna break down.
Right.
Be that medium.
You getting your sleep?
Yeah.
Get your sleep?
I sleep about 6, 7, 8 hours.
I was just about to ask that too.
Sleep is the most important part of recovery.
I said last week, it was funny. They said, was it you? I think, no, Mateo said it. He was like, if they sold sleep as a pill, it would be illegal.
Yeah, that one kind of stuck with me too. That's true.
I looked it up right away. Can you get the closest thing is melatonin?
Yeah,
That's it.
That's about it.
The suggestions was probably wild.
Yeah, so you got a couple things coming up. This fight in March 13th, I think it was, right?
Yeah,
March
March
13th.
13th.
That's for the light heavyweight. At the I had it. That's at the
Yeah, that's at the Caribbean.
combat. That's at the combat
Combat
night.
Nights
Combat
MMA.
Night.
There you go.
Shout out
Yeah.
Combat Nights.
Combat
Shout out
Night.
Mitch.
Mitch. Money making Mitch.
Who's the opponent? What's his name?
Reggie Northrup.
Reggie North.
Yeah.
I do my research, but I got high hopes for you there. When you get a fight, or you select a fight, or a fight comes opportunity, what goes into like your initial game plan for this fight? How are you planning things out?
Depends on what my opponent brings to the table. I look who he trains with, and kind of go from there, and moving forward, how we can what areas we need to fix from my last fight, what we can develop, and just constantly working, never a day off, never not working. You know what I'm saying?
Is there something that you like personally like enjoy that you like improved on? Like
Yeah,
something that you like
yeah,
really
definitely would be my ground game. I was always like a brawler. Like,
Yeah.
I was scared to throw hands, but just the ground game, that was the missing piece. And
Yeah, we've seen that for sure.
Yeah, I
We've
was
seen that for
definitely
sure.
seen that. I enjoyed
You had
that.
time, like you
Yeah.
said, with the COVID. We saw you had a year to work on, and it's a credit to you how you realized a part of your game that could be improved. You actually, put your head down and went to work, and results last week, right?
definitely.
That's what it's for. So, it's interesting. I wanted to talk about this fight because Justin was like, you were expecting that, right?
Yeah.
And so get into that. How put us in the moment. You get there. First of all, you got a big fan base. I just want to say this because I noticed it. So shout out to everybody that's rocking with you because they showed love.
All the support, the fans, that shit was surreal. Especially
Sponsors.
when you're walking out there and you hear that crowd, and I'm beating the brakes off this man.
That shit get you hyped,
And as I'm looking around, I see James, I see my mom, I see the people who got the VIP lounge in the back. They get
That's
wild.
what's up.
So that's just surreal.
I know it must have been crazy like when the fight was over though.
Yeah.
Like I know.
I saw the post game. I had the IG live.
Definitely. That boy always get the
Like, yo, he
walkout.
called down.
But leading up to the fight, I feel like once you get that date, once you get an opponent, it's a buzz in your head that going off.
Yeah.
Don't matter who it is. I never take anybody lightly. But so what happened was I was training for January 31st. They were supposed to find an opponent. Getting closer and closer. 2 weeks out, they're like, matter of fact, we're gonna reschedule February 28th. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm still training, but I'm chilling. I'm starting to I ain't in camp no more. I'm just on the grind. I got a few more weeks, so took about a week off. Diet wise, we won't take a week off from the work, but and then they messaged me like, oh, we found somebody. Apparently his opponent caught COVID. That was like, you good for January 31st? So he ran it 2 weeks notice.
Wow.
So
I always loved that. Like when I would watch a fight and they're like, oh, this guy's coming off. He's just trained for less than a month.
yeah,
It's like, damn, this dude went to work and just is
Yeah.
ready for work. Really,
Yeah.
it's just ready for work.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciate about the mentality. That's that fighting mentality. You just always stay ready.
yeah, you have to.
Yeah, because that's what it
People get
is.
hurt. Now people catch COVID. People back out. And things happen.
I don't know if you guys know. I think I spoke to you about Rough and Rowdy. Did I bring that up last week with the Barstool Sports pay-per-view? They get random people from
you brought
whatever.
it up.
I brought it up one time. So they get a pay-per-view with like random people from across the country, and it's like $20. They had Jose Canseco as the main card, as the main event, and he ended up like having a shoulder injury. And
Oh yeah, he got
canceled
rocked,
it.
right?
Yeah, he got hit and it
Oh,
was just
man.
like quit basically. So it was like, I respect because we also get into the celebrity boxing, right? He loves this Lamar Odom versus Aaron Carter matchup. But I think it's also like,
We all got.
in a sense, disrespectful to the sport. Like, I think boxers, MMA fighters, like any type of fighting, combat, sport, athlete should have the utmost respect for being like able to step in the ring. Really, that's one. To be able to have the confidence and the willingness to just step into a ring. So you have people that's really just out here making money. That the money's going to be made another way anyways. Like it kind of looks a little corny and tacky, but that's that. I know the money has to go around, but so I definitely respect the hell out of fighters. So show me the jewelry, man.
We
got here.
it's just
Hardware.
something small I got from when I won my fight. All the winners get a little award. You know, it's just something before was bound to come March 13th. So,
Like heavyweight.
keep it in the car, look at it, you feel me? Just keep it focused, you know?
Keep it going in front of you the
But
whole time.
what you were saying about being able to do this, definitely. Shout out to, I got a lot of people that passed away, you feel me? Handicapped, you know, people who shot, paralyzed from playing football. So, you know, to be able to wake up and train and grind the way I do, it makes me go harder. And now it's like, after this fight, I got sponsors. I got people, you know, supporting me, and you know, and that's driving me every day. Keep going. And you know, I don't see nobody 2-3 years. You know, in the White Contender Series, you know, it's going up and coming. I was just getting off from this past weekend to eventually go to Cuba.
Yeah, 5 nights, 5 fights.
Yeah. So,
That sounds so fire.
it's the World Championship of
Crazy.
MMA.
Yeah, you were an MAF.
Yeah, last year it was held in Bahrain. This year it's going to be held in Cuba. And my head coach at my gym, Goat Shed, Asim Zahidi, he's actually the head coach for that.
But you were Coach of the Year 2020.
Yeah, Coach of the Year 2020.
You MMAF.
Nah, that's MMA Coach of the Year.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all around.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
every
all around.
promotion,
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah.
29-0. You said.
29-0 for 20.
I respect
2020.
That's
The protein
Come on,
and smashing people.
numbers don't lie.
Nah, at all.
So yeah, yo, check out Goat Shed Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
In Miami and Wynwood, you know,
So-
as Miami as it could get, really.
Shout out to Woodwood, though.
It's going
I do it so much, man.
Man, COVID don't exist in Wynwood, bro.
Nah,
Right,
really don't.
it's like nothing happened.
Wait, you said you driving by? What you be doing in
No
Wynwood?
masks, nothing. Shit.
that shit wild.
They got some good food places.
They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, off the rip, ramen and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yo, so as you said, all right, so like sponsors are coming in and stuff like that. Now, would you say like you're starting to get like more comfortable and everything like that?
Nah, I just feel like I'm starting to get more recognition for what I've been, you know, pushing for for the past 3 years.
Yo, you just getting what's coming.
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly. Like, you know, even for this last fight, I had sponsors on there that wasn't even giving me stuff or, you know, looking at me, but they take care of our gym. So I did that on behalf of my coach. And now they looking at me. Now they talking about sponsorship. I'm basically putting everybody on notice, like I said I would.
Basically, yeah.
It's important, man. It allows a fighter to not worry about certain things. You know what I mean? And they provide a little bit of stability so the fighter can focus on just fighting, just training, and the sponsors can take care of everything else.
Definitely.
It's a huge component.
It's gonna come, bro. It's gonna come. You keep putting this work ethic in, the way you're grinding, you know, the schedule you got. I wanted to talk about diet.
Yeah.
How does your diet work? Like,
My diet is pretty good. You know, I used to
eat a lot of protein.
Yeah, a lot of protein. I eat good carbs, you know, a lot of vegetables. I'll even do a cleanse sometimes. Like before I cut, you know, I fasted like 2 days before. Cleanse the body. I'm still hydrating as much as possible. But, you know, I'm staying consistent because whether it's 2 weeks or 2 days, I'm trying to, you know, stay ready. For sure. I'll cut that weight. We'll make it happen. We gotta drop
we gotta fight. Yeah.
So what's in the diet though? So what do you like?
High protein fish, steak, you know, red meats, chicken, definitely asparagus. I eat a lot of sweet potato, quinoa, all that.
Something incredible.
Eggs.
If it's good for you, I'm trying to eat it.
Oatmeal?
You said all day.
Yeah.
We
can talk about oatmeal last time.
I bet the next question is gonna be, give me your oatmeal recipe. Right?
Yo, you know, like what is it though? Like anything special? Like you know,
Yeah, I be whipping up them overnight oats. So
Shout out to my girl.
They
She
not
put
even
on
hot.
overnight
They
oats.
cold. You feel me, fam? I mix it in with the protein powder, peanut butter.
Oh, see, you already got me. Like he said, protein from
different
scratch.
A little bit of almond milk. You know, you keep it in the fridge about 8-9 hours. You know, in the morning.
In the morning is good.
Boom, it's cold. Ain't no hot. You know,
Right.
It's
I know
nice.
who he saw.
Mateo
Heats it up. Yeah. I was like,
You had some berries, blackberries, strawberries. You know what I'm saying? A little honey if you want. And I'll do some. I'll do boiled
breakfast
eggs. I'll do like fried eggs or chicken, turkey sausage. You know, and then that's basically my breakfast. And
Bro, I
then,
just add water to mine in the microwave.
Oh, you doing yourself
you
a
gotta
huge
get it how you
disservice.
live.
Yeah, no, that's
ain't
crazy.
wrong with
I'm
that.
not living like that.
No,
bro.
I force myself.
But I didn't think about
Yeah.
putting that much, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
James not gonna go in the
Right.
kitchen and cut up some strawberries.
I'm gonna create my own shit. I'm gonna bring it to y'all boys. Like, yo, this is what I kind of came up with. Like,
some sugar.
You gotta make it work for yourself. That's the goal. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
How many times you eat in a day? Big meals.
I probably like eat 3, 4. protein shake, coconut water, 2 gallons of water. You know what I'm saying? And then my vitamins in the morning, fish oils, magnesium, all type of stuff.
You got somebody keeping you on track with that?
Me.
Nah, that's something that I would, you know, some people need somebody to make
my
sure.
girl keeps me on track, definitely, but, you know, with everything. But, yeah, definitely, I'm just disciplined. You know, when everybody else is, you know, eating whatever, you got a tunnel vision.
Let's step back to the ring real quick. Yeah. So before, you're prepping for a fight. Jaime mentioned y'all have this pre-game, pre-fight routine, right? Getting loose. Is this something that you feel is vital to what's about to happen in the ring?
Definitely. It's just, you know, going back to all the training you do. You know, it's the mental, because you can't go in there, you know, not drill or, you know, go over your game plan on what's about to happen, you know, because you're going there lost. I've seen people freeze, you know, they don't end good. So, yeah, you basically game planning on what we about to do and working on the things we worked on and, you know, the little details. And even so much my grappling coach, it was a last minute change in my corner, which is like a big thing. 2 fights before, one of my friends, Annabelle, she had fight of the night, war, you know, 2 girls went at it. And I happened to be my corner's girlfriend. So they were talking about taking her to the hospital. He had to take care of it. It was good. My submission grappling coach stepped up, Gian, and you know, we just got done warming up on mitts with my coach Mike, and then he came back there. I told him I need you, and you know, I told him what I was gonna do, my game plan, and I did exactly that. And
respect.
Well, I definitely seen the execution. Like I said, we were talking about it before. So I said clearly, and I appreciate the mentality of you don't get paid by the hour. You're there to go in, be efficient, and get work done. But you also said you were working on your ground game. So what would you describe like your style as a fighter? Like, what do you bring to the ring?
I bring aggression.
Literally,
always forward, never back. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might be better than me, or somebody, you know, my skill set, my cardio, whatever it may be. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna give up. You have to kill me in there. It's gonna be war every time.
Sure.
That's the dog
I
mentality.
ain't never had a fight go to decision yet, and you know, I ain't trying to get there yet. I'm trying to finish everybody.
Every day, bro. All the training is all mental. The training is all mental. When we're here rolling, it's 5-minute matches, and it's back to back to back to back to back. And he would be in the middle, and it would be me, Mateo, Donald, Carlos, Professor, Donald, Professor, Carlos, Mateo, just rolling and rolling and rolling. And that's all mental, because there's a point that there's no gas in the tank. But you're in there finding that breath to pivot and go, move. And then finally you find yourself in a better spot, and you get that rush of energy again, kind of like that runner's high, while you're already 7 rounds in.
That digging down deep.
So exactly, you dig deep every single day. Then at the end of the day, you're in the
Because
cage.
at that point, it's just I bet it's just autopilot. Your body just reacts. You don't even think about it anymore. Your body just reacts.
So there's no reason to second guess your skill in the cage. There's no reason to doubt it, because we've drilled it. Every possible scenario. And that's how you have to be analytical about this shit. You have to literally break it down. So what if this happens? What if he moves his hand this way? What if he throws this? What if every scenario gets covered? So, and like I said earlier, it takes a village. You have the best MMA grappling team in South Florida, coach. You have the best stand-up striking coaches right here, ATT Sunrise. You have Soulful Fight Spirit, old school grind, jiu-jitsu. I'm talking about in the purest form. And that includes the gi as well, because the gi gives you that fight, that grip strength too. So, man, he just puts it all together with everything. It's like a little checklist of what can I do just to become 1% better every day? What can I add to my schedule? Okay, listen, my striking training, I couldn't go at 4. Let's get this recovery in. Add constantly. Boom, boom. There's no reason to second guess. We walk in there like, all right, let's get this work done, get out, eat some good food right after, celebrate.
So with that level of preparation, do you still like, have you ever really gotten like those fight nerves, or like with the level of preparation, is it just calm, cool, collected?
Fight nerves, I feel like something's taking over me when I be behind back there. Even so much, I ain't fought about a year. I felt like I was debuting again. Yeah. And not only that, we up in Palm Beach. You know, Broward ain't having that with the COVID, but they were sold out. I see hundreds of people. News people that I'm like, God damn.
Cameras in your face and stuff. Of course you
Yeah, nerves coming. I'm trying to calm down. Even so much, like if I warm up too much, I feel like I'm gonna, exert too much energy. So you gotta be. I feel like you gotta be systematic with everything, and I just have my game plan. I just need to get warm. That's it.
So that's that go fit mentality, man.
Yeah.
That's that.
But the nerves just tell you you're alive. You know what I mean? It's inevitable. But scared is a difference.
Right, no. And I mean,
and it's important
come
to know
on,
the difference.
pre-game jitters, like, you're gonna, if you don't feel it, I don't know if you should be in there. You know what I'm saying? Because
I was gonna say, not only that, it's just like, play football, play baseball, I can walk through the tunnel. But one thing about fighting, like, everybody had fear, but it's the difference to be afraid. Go into that ring. How you gonna dominate?
So how was it when you was like first like getting in the ring and everything, like just kind of settling in?
Yeah, my first fight, I lost by submission. That's why I wanted to work on my ground so much. And then also, it's just my conditioning. I wasn't training with the right people. Or I wasn't training for my sport. At first, that's how it is. Everybody just kind of working with teammates or kind of lost on what they're doing. I know how to train, but I don't know how to train to be in the cage yet.
Okay.
I knew, instead of 10 sets of 10, you had to do 10 sets of 3 and be explosive. It's not about having strength, but power.
So who would you say were some of your, biggest inspirations, or who did you like growing up when it came to fighting, things like that?
Rocky.
Yeah.
Watching the Rocky
Toughness.
movies. Definitely a great tiny piece of iron.
Rocky and Ali.
Yeah.
No argument.
We can see, that shows
we get it.
it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then, just growing up, watching people, the fighting, and then UFC came around, and that was dope. And then I started wrestling in high school, so, I'm getting into it, playing football too, And then after football, it's just, I got kind of led toward MMA.
Just an athlete.
Yeah.
Do you watch like other like
stuff
like that?
I watch fights every day.
Okay.
So, like anybody watching game film. But,
Picking up on shit, basically,
exactly.
right? Okay.
How I do this, I think I could work this because,
Is there anyone particular that you like watching?
Daniel Cormier, John Jones, that boy.
Rico Roman.
And then I like watching like a lot of southpaws. I'm lefty, so Conor McGregor,
Yes, sir.
Dustin Poirier.
Yes, sir.
How you feel about his most recent fight? That kind of went
it went good. I was talking about Dustin.
Yeah.
But no, that boy performed. He did his thing. He lost to him about 6 years ago. Came back, put his head down.
And you saw the difference. Work was put in.
And you see the same thing with Conor. He done took that time off, and you're not gonna be running like that. So let's fight back in.
It shows.
It's a little more flat.
On top of that, it's Conor. He got the target on his head. So.
Everybody want a piece of Conor. Yeah, it's my chance.
His name is so big, he's gonna keep like
exactly.
You gonna make your living off beating Conor.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But that's why I don't want it.
That's your life, right?
That's why I don't want it to turn into though.
Nah, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is.
But
It's the hurt business.
But we hear a lot about film, like in NFL and basketball. We don't really hear too much about. We know what goes on in fighting, but we don't hear too much about it. So talk about like what goes into film, like what are you looking to get out of with your preparation that way.
As far as if I'm watching people, I look for people my size. Who had the same mannerisms as me, who had my same body type. So I look at from there. But regardless, I'm looking for like mannerisms, how people are gonna set this up, and this combination look pretty fire, knock buddy out. I might try and use that. And then does it go with my game? Does it go with the leg kicks I throw or the big takedowns? And you kind of just see those things and you pick up. And from time to time again, watching it, you'll catch yourself Saturday sparring. Oh shit. I just pulled that off, and honestly, be learning hella shit off YouTube. So
I like from the big boys. I like Curtis Blades.
Yeah,
Razor Blade.
Man,
he's nasty. He got some elbows. Oh my lord! And I think he has the record in the UFC for either the most takedowns or the most takedown defenses. One of the two.
I believe in defenses.
Defenses, right? Yeah. So I mean, he's not. That's a skill in itself.
That's solid. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's your favorite strike or grapple move?
My favorite strike. That's 6 down from Roger Crawl. That thing legit. I'll be eating up them legs. But, you know, unfortunately, I get it displayed at Sunday.
Yeah, no.
And, you know,
For good reason.
I ain't mad at it, but you know, being in the clinch, you know, for guys that want to, you know, grapple, big takedowns, you know, it's gonna be violent.
And you, so I know it's like one of the things. It's funny. I'm comparing you being in the ring to like a high school kid at graduation. You know, you walk the stage and it's just like you don't really hear nothing. You don't hear, you might not. You might flash out. When you in there, like, is it points where you hearing everybody in the crowd, or is it times where it's just silent and you just in your zone?
A little bit of both. Like, you know, at first it'll be quiet. People like to see what happens, and then also when I'm, you know, when I take the guy down, I drop him right in my corner, and my coach is right there guiding me.
Yes, sir.
You know, give me all the keywords. It's like,
that's nice.
He said, "Hold up, we going over there."
Yeah, exactly.
Go talk to my guys.
Yeah, literally. And there's like a video I had, and you can just hear my coach, hands inside, posture up, ground and pound, pass the mount.
You'll probably feel like you get jumped if you're on the floor. You're like,
everybody, you feel like you got the joystick right there.
It was a perfect balance because you have G. You have G and you have White Mike. G's like very methodical. Like, all right, pass over, posture up, and then you got White Mike. So it's crazy because I cornered his first 2 fights, and it was a perfect balance too. I'd be like, all right, Mike, breathe, relax, I got this. He's on the ground. You know what I mean? So it's an awesome experience to be able to watch how like the corner, you know, how he's receptive while he's, you know, adrenaline all going out in the floor, in the paint, and he's listening. Every step that this guy's calling out, he's now catching it. The first fight, it was more adrenaline. It was more like,
that's
right?
been the dopest.
You see, like the first fight, it was like your ears just, and you're just trying to make this happen and focus.
But it's like you got to realize at the same time, you gotta hear the
so
coach.
in order to do that, the type of training, it has to be competitive. So it has to be to the point where you're under pressure, and then you have somebody coaching you. So you have that. That's a huge.
I was watching a video from what's his name, man. Where you training? I'm sorry. Go Shed Training, where they had I guess a training that you're picking each other up for a little bit, and everybody's kind of just, you know, hyping it up, getting it. It looked like a college pro day where they doing the squats, right?
No, I know exactly what video you're talking about.
And them boys was putting in work. So things like that, though. I mean, it all comes down to, you know, being able to focus in on the work in front of you, but also, you know, be able to have that consciousness above. So damn, that's crazy. He said, "I'm bringing him to my corner."
I know.
Right on the logo.
I never thought of it that deep.
But I thought about
it. I did, because I was watching it and I could tell like he's doing it. I'm watching like he's doing exactly what he wants to do. And I hear you yelling, "You're comfortable." I'm like, "Oh no, he's definitely comfortable." And it just progressed from side mount to and then full control on top, and then it was just so beautiful how it developed. And then
hammer. 18 was around. Came down with 18. 28.
Oh yeah, he was dropping hammers.
He dropped 28 punches just flying at you.
It was a sledgehammer.
I can't.
Me too. Maybe once. But what I was gonna say was, going back to I be having these brain farts. If y'all talk to me, they know, they're already used to it. I get these brain farts. But going back to having the conscience and all that, when you're in the ring, right, and you got somebody in a good spot, right?
Right.
You got to make sure that you understand that just because I'm here right now don't mean that this is how it's gonna finish, right?
Exactly.
You got to have the mentality is that until this is over, I'm never in a really good spot. This is me kind of like asking this.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right.
Because it puts me in perspective. And going to the year 2020 with COVID and the UFC having to do the things they did with no fans, and it was like, we saw it bubble, UFC artists. I was able to finally really listen in on trainers and stuff like that and hear in the corner. So it was really interesting to me to be able, because I enjoy the sport, right? I enjoy watching MMA. And I appreciate the strategy and the talent, but there's so much more for me to learn about it, and there's other perspectives that I can gain. So I'm glad I'm getting this insight from you too, where it's like when there's fans, I'm one of those fans where I'm just like, I know that there's strategy, right? And I'm watching for the strategy, but I'm excited to see, what's going to happen. Like the big, I want to see, I don't want to watch the submission fight, right? Which now I do because I've learned a little more about it. So now I want to see this aggression. I never really listened to coaches in the corner really telling these dudes and how much of that mattered, right? So now being able to see basically what I'm saying is with no fans in there, it gives you that, more intimate perspective.
Yeah,
so, and then the fight that you had, especially with the camera, that angle was perfect.
Yeah.
It was like a perfect quality.
Had him in their corner. Yeah, that fight was so good, man.
Slammed them on the logo.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people don't really understand how important the corner is. Could you tell when someone isn't really yo, dude is not listening to his corner right now. Like I'm smashing this.
Not in the corner, but just the relationship you have with the coaches. Those people, and even so much my head coach wasn't in my corner. He was there watching because this was my first fight really under him, so he wanted to see what I could do. And everyone had their fights, and I came out and I did exactly what I had to do, and I basically put him on notice because he feels like I got to take care of my pros and this, and I respect that. I kind of got to earn that because we have over 50 fighters in the gym, and it's one man, and he coaching every day, all day. And it's like you can't expect that. Business still got to get handled. Whether my head coach is not coaching, whether my corner steps out last minute, adjustments got to be made, and the work still got to get done.
You're clearly ready for that, bro. Shout out to you, man. I'm excited for your trip to Cuba. Hopefully, God willing, that goes through and you're able to kill somebody out there in fighters' terms, right?
Yeah.
Go get that. So, y'all got anything else for him?
No, how was that?
Ooh.
No,
Because I know you said you lost your first one by submission, and then
and then the
I
second,
seen the last two recent.
The second one that was war. So I thought it was gonna be some other guy just for combat night as well. And the thing about combat night is XFN way bigger cage. Combat night, cage a little bit smaller, so no room to run. A lot more grappling, and it's bloody in there too. I miss it.
So you dropped him?
Yeah, I drowned that boy. So I got Kevin Church.
That was 18. That one was 18.
Yeah, that was 18.
I knew it was 18 somehow.
So
put it
my
on?
opponent was Kevin Church. He was out of 10th Jiu-Jitsu in Jacksonville, so his ground was good, But I was still brawler mentality. I just got to the goat shed maybe a week or two before, so I was very fresh. But I've still been working. Yeah, this dude was huge. That boy was not no 205. Either that or that boy was on that juice, but no.
But you stepped up, man.
Yeah.
You stepped up and you walked right up to him.
He had to call. He outworked him.
Yeah. I worked on that boy. The first round, I got clipped. I actually got cut open. I was bleeding everywhere.
I had that stop bleed.
Yeah.
I had to stop
I think
bleed.
I
I
got
put the
yeah,
pressure.
I got
That was actually my
cut.
first time handling a cut.
He's
Yeah.
I was fresh.
Oh, for real?
Oh,
You said,
yeah.
this my guy.
This guy, what, pictures and everything. Crazy experience. Man. That's when I
At the
realized,
same day, I'm like, what we gotta get?
in the moment.
Yeah.
Ice on his shoulders, massaging his shoulders.
So what was it
Another
about
finger
that
on
one
the
that kind of
cut,
like?
and I'm like, I'm just relaxed. Talking
That one,
chilling.
the last one ended. My first fight ended in the third round with 1 minute left.
Okay.
Not only that, after the fight, I had him beating the cards first and second round, so it would have won the decision.
Okay.
Yeah. So the second fight.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit more comfortable. Just kept working on my hands. Ground game was working on still with Jamie's team, most of the time. Then I went to goat shit, learn what I could in 2 weeks, so.
How was that deal that changed? Because I know you said you were
Definitely, the change was different, just driving to Miami, getting used to adjusting my schedule. Kind of just making things work, waking up at 5 a.m., going to sleep at.
How you doing new shit?
Yeah. New places, and then just your network.
Yeah, I was gonna say you meet people, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a dope environment in there. You know what I mean? It makes you want to come back. So I mean,
I can tell. Yeah.
everybody's there trying to develop everything. You know what I mean? Like everybody's on the same kind of momentum.
Yeah.
After that first knockout, I knew you was feeling yourself.
Yeah, so that was
I would have been feeling myself.
that was it.
My mirror, bro.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yeah, because after that first loss, you kind of get disappointed. You don't know whether bounce back. Or,
Yeah, how was that? Like,
yeah, it was devastating. My eye was fucked up. Excuse my language, but yeah. My eye was closed shut. You know what I'm saying? I was in the dark for a few days with, you know, no lights. Like, yeah, and then, you know, little.
People don't really realize, you know, what goes into post-fight, right? And I think really, I kind of realized it recently. I never really just thought about it. It never just came to me to think, yo, this is the reality of somebody that does it. So it's like, you in there getting hit, whether you win or lose, you know, you're not going to just get no hit. I mean, if you did 6-second knockout or whatever the case is, shout out to you. But, you know, being real, you're going to get hit. And that's not the issue. It's just that you leave and you finish the fight, you get the post-fight interview, you celebrate with your team after a win. You got all this adrenaline probably in the locker room, and you kind of dressing down, and now it starts to, maybe you read the text messages or something, and that might be when it's just like, ooh, body starts kicking in or something. Then I can imagine the perspective of a guy who's lost, right? And he's gotten beat up, and it's just a whole different vibe. Now you're not getting a post-fight interview. You're walking down, everybody's looking at you, maybe saying whatever. You go, your team, you know, you're disappointed in yourself, and then that pain hits you, and, you know, sitting in a dark room for 3 days just because you need to protect your eye could, you know what I'm saying?
Migraines and headaches.
Yeah, man, and it could twirl into, you know, exactly. So people don't really realize that, and you know, strong-minded people come out of that, yo. Strong-minded people come out of that.
This is not just a physical sport.
Mm-hmm. It's
mental.
Super mental. Yeah. Getting back to training.
It starts with walking in the ring, having, like I said,
once you step back in the gym.
That's right here, bro.
Yeah, that's once you, like, because I've experienced that loss and it sucks. But once you get back in the gym, you're like, I remember why I started. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a number. You know, it's an amateur statistic. You know what I mean? It's probably not going to carry in. You know, people are going to look it up. They're going to have to dive deep once you're a pro. You know what I mean?
You come from something.
So,
you know,
even with adversity, it's just like leading up to every fight, things that got in the way.
Right.
Car accident, car breakdown. I can't make it to the weigh-ins, and
don't worry about selling tickets. That's the most annoying part.
And then people turn into your last minute.
Get into that though. I feel like a lot of people don't really know about that.
It's a lot to like, a lot of the inside, like promoting the fight, getting videos. You know what I mean? Getting, you know, I'll be getting to training and from training. Things that happen, like real life doesn't stop. So somebody, you know, hey, yo, I need 5 tickets, and I gotta drive over there, go collect. I gotta go this and that. I gotta worry about making weight. I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, you know, pick this up, go drop this off.
That goes back to having that sponsorship.
It goes back to that, having a team.
Having the team.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm gonna take these 50 tickets. I'm gonna drop them off right here and send people your way. Like that's what I'm saying. Next fight is leave the tickets here. Yeah. People come and get them here. You have to worry about that part. You know what I mean? And boom, here's your cash out. That's what I did. We did with like 10 tickets. So, you know, it was easy. So that's a big part behind like the supporting roles behind like the team, mom, girlfriend. Well, everybody plays a role during this whole preparation. So. Yeah.
And shout out to y'all, because that's the other grind that people don't see. It's not like, you know, you're at that point where, all right, all you gotta do is just train for a fight, and then you got Dana or somebody calling you up, all right, we want to fight this person, you got this fight. It's like, no, you have to put in the work in the gym, in the film room, and then you gotta put in the work to display your work. Yeah, exactly. So shout out to y'all for doing that.
Doing everything at once, man. Just the whole. It's like a canvas,
definitely.
And then the end of the fight is like that frame, right?
Yeah. And then even so much like the connection you meet with, you know, the people you fighting. You know, you might not like them at the time. You might not like how that loss made you feel, but you know, when you look back, it's like, yo, that shit was dope.
Made you better.
Yeah.
I mean, and in your case, you stayed like the whole 3 rounds. You would have won if it would have went to the judges.
Shout out to Bam Bam. He shows love a lot too.
Shout out to Bam Bam.
Because I mean, at that point, both of you guys are leaving something in the ring, and like you said, it goes into that's the survival mode. So there has to obviously definitely be a big.
If you have respect for the sport too, if you have respect for the sport, it's gonna come back like that.
And just like any other sport, you know, there's gonna be, you gotta hype it up. There's gonna be a build up,
and obviously it's a little more, you know. You need the drama more because it's personal, right? It's not it's my team versus your team. Like
it's a her business,
you, bro. So I'm talking for me.
But it's also entertainment.
Definitely.
There's
like,
tickets and
LeBron can't LeBron can, but LeBron shouldn't talk for the fourth guy on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're talking for you, and your corner's gonna talk for you. Okay,
Exactly.
that's why we train for you. Yeah, right. Like, yeah, we definitely gonna talk about you.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
I said, we know you got a fight March 13th, but after that, what's the rest of the 2021 looking like for you? What are you looking forward to?
March 13th, after I destroy Reggie in front of his family.
Look, first round. Number 2. I'm calling it again. First
And it's
round.
like, even so much you talking about that build up, it's just like, there is no build up. Like, my first 2 fights, you know, I got that respect and that honor, but I just don't like Reggie.
Oh man, come on, man, get into it, yo.
So I tell you about it, you know, I was just coming off a big win. Looking for fights for after. This was before COVID, February 22nd. Then March, COVID hit. So, anyways, fights start coming back. I see Combat Night. That's the promotion mentioning them. I'm like, what? 205. I was like, let me see. Go to the IG profile, see what you got. I said, light heavyweight contender, record 0-0. So it just got me. I was just like, how are you a contender, fam? You ain't had not one fight.
Right.
You used to play for FSU, played a whole lot of football.
Oh, easy work.
Yeah. So, you know.
The math didn't add up, fam.
Doesn't add up, fam.
Easy work.
It don't. So, you know, I just seen that. Then he fights. Then moving forward, about 2 months later, he gets a fight. He fights somebody who ain't want to fight. He beat the
You
brakes.
fought an Uber driver, bro.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off that boy
Listen,
that was
stop
over.
the violence. Stop the violence on Uber drivers. I'm telling you, bro. He
yeah,
beat up an Uber driver, bro.
Hey, that boy 0-4. Reggie hit him one time. That boy ain't want to fight, you know. And then that boy tapped from strikes. I know I tapped from strikes, but I done been to war.
Wait, tell me, I had to like really process. You say he tapped from strikes?
Yeah. Like,
TKO.
Don't hit me.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, he hit him one time. Yo.
I can't hit him.
Start tapping his arm.
Yeah, he hit him like 5-6 times. Likewise, me, you know, the guy I fought, he actually tapped from strikes too. I ain't taking nothing away from Reggie, but
Right.
you know, there gotta be that competition, that skill set.
Yeah.
You can't be on IG, you know, puffing your chest out like niggas don't want smoke in that division. So anyways, so you know, I love to smoke because I told the promotion, you know, let them know I'm putting 185 and 205 division on notice because you know,
Boys ready to drop?
yeah,
What?
because
This?
Yeah.
Give me 5 days.
yeah, exactly.
I want to fade.
But not only that, so you know, moving forward, I had my big win Sunday.
Yeah.
And guess who showed up on my gym's IG page on my post? Reggie.
Oh,
You looking for attention?
come on, Reginald, you better than
Hey,
that.
if you wanted to
not only that, I get why he looking for
If he
attention
wants it,
because
it's
you know it's goat shit. You know, we used the clout, we used the smoke. We with the nail and the hammer. Yeah, you feel me? So we got the target on the head.
Yeah.
You know, trying out some bulldog boxing club or whatever, and up in Tallahassee.
I seen the Great Valley version of White Mike.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was ugly network.
Yeah.
Mitts flying left and right. I'm sorry. I'm talking my shit. 'Cause
And so yeah, so
Go ahead.
So we
Yeah,
go
I
back
ain't
to,
stop
we go
nobody.
back to the damn IG post. So he talking about he wants smoke. I'm coming to collect hardware. You
It's
know,
Clay Thompson and Draymond Green, right?
Yeah.
I'm with it.
the thing is, I done seen a lot of fights. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking from all a football player. You know what I mean? Like you have that drive, that mentality. But if you don't drill, and he's posting his work online. He's
Yeah.
posting YouTube videos, and of course we're gonna watch.
you know how
what I'm
like
saying?
in
Like, we gotta be
football
strategic
in
about
high
it.
school when you used to try and get the film from people, they used to give you
So,
problems.
yeah,
That
there's
man
a lot
just
of
gave
that.
it the whole
That's it. He
season.
just gave the whole season. The whole play. The thing is, you know, we're ready. We're ready mentally.
Yeah.
Josh was ready to pick apart every single flaw that we're finding in this individual, and it's you guys know that it's strategic, that we're watching, that you know what I'm saying, like we're learning, and at no point in time should this guy think that there's any chance against somebody that's technical.
Not only that, it's like bittersweet for me. Growing up, I was a Hurricanes fan.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to you for
Yeah,
that.
you know, I
It's all
always been
about
on
the
that.
you.
I was always been on that Miami shit. Rest in peace, my boy Alex. That's what really got me to that Kane life, and you know, to be able to smash a Seminole, you know, in front of his family.
Ooh.
Easy word. Historically, right?
That's the little cherry on top.
Look what factors in though. Look at me defend. I was like, yeah, now I gotta really beat you up even more.
Yeah, that's the
We're
vibe.
gonna send him back to football.
Yeah.
Facts.
That boy gonna be the Nate Robinson football.
Hey, and his corner, he did it too, Austin Lane.
Yeah.
Man, that's another one. Listen, you get 7 days after that. Sign that fight too.
Good on that pro. Now his coach Austin Lane, so it's funny too because like, history repeated itself because his football. He was in the NFL. Greg Hardy was in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Hardy ended up putting that boy down. And look how the stage we playing. So I went to JUCO. I played ball. Buddy played ball. And I think we just take one in the camp to get put down again.
History repeats itself.
Yeah.
I'm such a fan. My God.
I'm excited, man. March 13th.
Yeah.
Where can we get some tickets? Where we doing? How can I see this, man?
Y'all can check me out. Y'all can actually check out Combat Night MMA.
Yes, sir.
I had the link in my bio. J Mercado 92 on IG. Y'all want tickets? Y'all need tables? You know, y'all holler at me. I'll get y'all set up. Make sure y'all taken care of. It's gonna be at the Carib Royal in Orlando, Florida, March 13th. I will be the main event on the undercard.
Let's go.
So,
Hey, any sponsors too? Sponsors out there trying to promote your business? Looking for sponsors?
We looking to promote, you know, your brand. Fight is gonna be on the Fight Shorts banner. It's gonna be streaming internationally. We also filming a docu-series for Ghost Shed Academy called Law of the Goat.
That's gonna be.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Law to go. Can you get into that real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. Law of the Goat. Just talking about that mindset where
That's a dope name.
yeah, where we get that from, that mentality. You know, it's
Story about the come up of Ghost Shed is
yeah,
dope.
all the fighters there, my coach, his upcoming, from what we did past 2020, all the professionals, because we range from kickboxing, MMA, bare knuckle, Hector Lombard, Louis Baboon just claimed the title.
Damn, that's probably respectable.
29-0, and they recorded almost every fight, like the hotel experience, the weigh-ins, the cutting
Oh
weight,
my
like
goodness.
they got everything. So it's gonna be.
So it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, if you guys seen the show Kingdom on Netflix, it's like the real life version.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out. I heard it's really
Oh, I've
good.
heard
Scared killers,
Yeah.
you feel me? And we everybody want to watch. You know, we your favorite fighters.
Ups and
you feel
downs.
me?
My God.
Shout out to I love the confidence, yo.
I know, right? I'm a fan, yo. This is my guy.
Let's go.
But I like how you keep the energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing about the energy, you know, the confidence, it don't come up without the work. I was back in the gym Monday morning,
Yes, sir.
like,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it ain't on to the next. I ain't even playing for Reggie. I'm playing for the UFC in 5 years.
Yes, sir.
3 years.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I like to hear.
Respect.
I see.
Hey, yeah, listen, this is the first night I'm meeting you, first time, you know, we're meeting you, and it ain't just hype. You put in the
You
work.
feel it too.
And I'm sitting right next to this man, I feel, and I fuck with the mentality, and
I appreciate it.
UFC
I'll
down for
definitely
sure.
go just too far.
Break the mic.
Championship down
Real
for
quick,
sure.
man. You got a documentary you working on.
Yeah, shout
I
out to
think you should light
Believe
on
Media, my boy Alex Bailey, man. We came across throughout the process of coming up at with the GoFit development at a gym implantation in Fitness 1440. We had an experience there that we'll talk about during the documentary. And man, I started training him, and just throughout conversation and building rapport and building a friendship, he saw a lot of me that motivated him to I guess, with my story. And he's an amazing artist as well. He does film, pictures, everything from multimedia, websites, you name it. I guess having conversations with him, I touched he wanted to do a passion project and record a documentary on my life. Which for me it was humbling because I've never had somebody tell me that. I didn't know how to react. Like it was something like, I'm like, what? Me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why me? But I guess I have a lot to say, and we're getting a little bit of film here and there on how this whole thing developed, how GoFit developed, and how it just stemmed from the struggles that I had being overweight, and confidence issues, depression issues, how I grew up. And who was there for me. So it's about the who's, the whys, the wins, the everything about my life. So sure, why not?
It's an exciting time, man. Like we got
the
documentary coming out, that's in the works. We got their documentary coming out. That's gonna be dope. You fighting on the 13th. God willing, you go to Cuba and you
July.
got 5 fights in 5 nights.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, we got to double back and sorry to cut you.
No,
off.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Forgot to tell you, we got to double back in April to go back for the XFM belt too. So
It's strap season.
Yeah.
It's hardware season.
Yeah,
before
Okay.
you strapped
What?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you know how I called that first round win? This man's going pro before the end of this year, bro. I'm telling you.
I believe in you.
Manifestation.
Manifestation.
And work. Don't get it
Absolutely.
twisted.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
Oh, there goes that. There you go.
Hey.
Well, yeah, manifestation, bro.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate you again for letting us, set up shop, taking the time out of your day. You busy. You just told us about your freaking workout schedule and how busy it is. So we
we
appreciate
definitely
that.
appreciate you taking the time for sure.
It was a pleasure to meet you,
Of course,
and we look forward to March 13th.
definitely it's gonna be a
Look
show.
forward to,
I appreciate the hospitality.
of course,
We'll be able to
man.
come on here again in the future. And,
Yeah, facts. Anytime, bro.
Anytime.
Anytime.
More than welcome.
Always.
Gentlemen.